reflection, I decided to start speaking about my story. Actually, I'm an artist and influencer. I always have been. First off, I started producing arts back in 2014. And I published my art on my Facebook page, MP Tattoo. MP Tattoos on Facebook, and that's when it all started. So I'm taking a walk in my neighborhood. That I'm perfectly fine. I'm okay, but it wasn't like that always. Always like that. So just telling you that my story is very long. It's very not long. It's very it's a story that deserves to be shared. First, I initiated the art industrialization on social media. So with my art, with my visual storytelling, I initiated art commercialization, broadcasted online through social media, and it has been a long ride. I got sick. I was hospitalized, and all of that during a lot of years. So it started that I invented some art designs. Okay, and these designs were initially inspired by all my studies in visual arts back in 2012-13. So I initiated the art movement with my visual storytelling. So from what I know about social medias is that during those years when I used Facebook to create my artist page, my creators page, back then there was absolutely no pages where there was no pages where, how do we say that? There was no pages where, let me show you. So beautiful. Look at the view. Wow. It's the sunset, by the way, here in Canada. So yeah, actually, I don't know where I was headed now. I'm just starting back again. So yeah, my inspiration was actually creating arts with my what I had. So I started back then with some pencils, some sheets, a table, but I didn't have an office, so I was just creating day to day using all I had to create my art. But then I started to go shopping and to go buy some stuff to get bigger, you know, and to grow my business. But then I don't know what happened. It's just that I got stuck, man. I got stuck, and people were trying to like do the same as me, and everything came together at the same time. Anyways, I got sick. I got at the hospital. I had to find my autism diagnosis, but they thought I had mental health disease, which is completely wrong, and I suffered from unfair hospitalizations in psychiatric area, just like many other artists, great artists, that happened to them. It happened to me. So same thing, but actually it happened to me while they didn't know what I had. So I had a psychosis, and they told me that I had bipolar disease, schizophrenic disease, but there was nothing like that to me happening to me. So today, in date of today, we are in the beginning of June 2026. I have my official autism diagnosis, thanks to my mom and dad and brother and friend Frederick. They helped me out, and I also went to see a great psychiatrist. So they diagnosed me with autism. That's another story, because that is something that is bigger to announce, is bigger to actually tell. So because all my suffering was terrible. I had 2 sheets of symptoms. I was almost dead in my bed for many months, many years. It was terrible, and I couldn't do nothing, you know. So anyways, everything happened to me. I kept training in the year of 2017. I had my first psychosis. Then in 2018, I was hospitalized again. So twice. I got hospitalized twice. Once in 2017 and another one in 2018. So much bad years, man. That sucked. These years were so lost years. But I was doing my art through the years. And so then after that, I got more symptoms, and they gave me the wrong medication. So I had more health complications. And what I think about the health system is that it's just a scam, man. They tell you that they will help you out, but all they do is make you even worse. So just don't go there, or don't get stuck by these places, because you'll finish like me. So yeah, I'm taking a walk just outside, close to my apartment, and I tell you that because I have so much difficulties explaining my stories. I did it the wrong way. I was telling people, hey, listen to me, bro, listen to me. I was like, I was telling the world, hey, listen to me, I have this, I've done that. And people did not get it. They just don't get it. So all of that to say that, you know, sometimes in life just don't get too close to the wrong people, you know. But that's not what I meant. What I mean is that actually I want to talk about my art. So the main questioning about all of that is that why it all happened. Because I'm just gonna go back right here, because now it's the sunset and I'm going back home. I'm not well dressed to go walk during the night. So yeah, hold on. Okay, let's continue filming this. Great. So my art, what about my art? My art is like something that is not, you know, I don't know what happened, but my art actually went viral online without my name attached to it. So people know I have made good art and quality art, but all that they can say and do is that they can see my original art, and I don't know, people just don't understand it, because it was an art that was very spiritual, and I gave everything. It was also an art that I created while I was searching for my identity, so in life. So it wasn't a final art. It was an art that was supposed to evolve, and it was an art that was not completely finished. So what I'm trying to say is that when I published back in the years of 2017, 2018, 2000, up until 2020, back then, is that I published art that wasn't completed. So what actually happened is that people saw it online, started to copy my art, because my art is everywhere now. And some of the people right now in 2026 using my art, the basic fundamentals of my art, to create their art based on my concepts and my ideas, actually is happening, and happened for 10 years now since I first published it online. What is crazy is that internet does that, you know. You publish something online and it goes viral, and people are just taking the image and they're doing it again, and they're taking back what doesn't belong to them and use it again to just like use it to live, you know. But that's crazy, because I created this art, and like I got sick. Everything that everyone does with my art nowadays, they are doing it even better than I was doing it. But they're doing it with the basic fundamentals of my creation. So what is actually happening is that they are using symbols and forms and images that are used in my like primal art, and I have so much more to offer. That's what I mean. I can make this art evolve even more. I can create even more art to make it look even better. And that's what I'm supposed to do, you know, because that's what I studied for. So I think it's just it's a waste of energy to say to people, you know, oh, stop doing it, or just you know, give me some more attention. No, I want to tell people that this is actually my art, that I initialize art commercialization on social medias with my visual storytelling. So at the time I published it and I put some emojis, and people were buying my tattoos because I'm also a tattoo artist. People were buying my tattoos to actually come and get tattooed by me, my visual artist designs. But it was something that should have been done for visual arts. So, but you know, that's what I've done, and that's how it goes. So what actually happened is that my art was so popular that people just came and they were taking it and they were using it to actually just create their own style with it. And that's fine, because you know, I think that's how art works. But actually I think I have intellectual property on my initialization of putting art out there. It's not okay. The look how beautiful this is. Wow, that's beautiful. So the serious part here is, it's not about the art, really. Okay, I love art, I'm an artist, but that's not about the art. Here it's about how art was sold online on social media because of me. Because Facebook initially didn't have any art selling courses, any funnels. They didn't have any website attached to the social medias. Our pages, artists' pages, did not have all the entrepreneurship tools on our pages. Instagram didn't have that either. They were just social media. They were just social media platforms. And what I've done as an influencer and creator is that I initialized it first on social media, and I didn't get the credit for that, and that sucks, because I was the first to do it, and I didn't see anyone do it like I did it. So I'm just thinking about something, you know, like, how is that possible to create something like that? Because at the time Facebook didn't have any kind of ways of selling art online. I did it first, and I installed it on my Facebook page, because how I did it is that I saw the tools, I saw the publicity that we could make ads content. So I was recognized by Yahoo Finance for having done it first, for having helped the way and transformed e-commerce online. So I'll put the link down in the video from Yahoo Finance. But the thing is that, how is that possible that something so big was not recognized for me? Because I used a technique that is UCG content creation that wasn't existing before. So there was no platform, there was no website, there was absolutely no ways of creating these things before they happened. So what happened is that the buttons didn't exist, and not only the buttons, but even the way of publishing the art itself was not existing. So I initiated the way of bringing people back to me when I was publishing my art. So explain to me, how is that possible that Facebook did not? Because, okay, wait a second. Facebook had to adapt to the demand of people seeing that it was possible to actually make money that way for anyone at the time. So what happens is that they actually had to adapt. I don't know exactly what happened, but that's what I think. So, bring me some answers if you don't know, if you know something about it. But what happens is that, to me, what it makes sense to me is that they actually brought the tools on every, because, okay, when the creator and the entrepreneur first opened their businesses on social medias, there was absolutely no way of bringing all the information to the public at the time. No way. Like, when you had a page that was made for your creators or your influencer or entrepreneur business, there was absolutely no way of seeing all the information about having a business and giving services to the population. And there was absolutely no way of giving those services to a certain sphere of investments in business, such as tattoos, clairvoyance. There was absolutely no artist pages that were selling all these nonsense products, or there was no Shopify. There was absolutely not any kind of installation towards all those products and selling pages. So there was no possibility of telling someone, hey, use these pages for buying my products, blah blah blah. There was absolutely none of that at the time. So that's what I know about it, and that's what I saw. So how can you so that's it for now. I have no more battery, and I will let you know more later. Goodbye, see you soon. Part 2 coming soon. Goodbye.